Come on, you're killing me.
Yeah,
I'm
you
so
can start.
excited.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
we are rolling.
Okay, we're rolling. Okay, go.
Yeah. So, can you just tell us a little bit about your SMS project?
Oh, okay. Oh, the OFWSOS
Yes.
project, yes. It's a project which hopefully benefits the overseas Filipino community. So specifically, it's targeted for Filipino workers working outside of the Philippines,
Yeah.
and it's basically a technology solution to getting in reports of abuses of overseas Filipino workers
The employers.
by the employers or any other entity that might be of
These are mostly women workers.
not really.
Okay, anyone.
Yes. Anyone actually, men, women, seafarers, domestic helpers,
Okay.
nurses, and what have you. Yes. So right now the system works in such a way that there is a computer
Yeah.
which is connected to an SMS modem, and the number of the SMS modem has been broadcasted all over the world through networks of overseas Filipino workers, and they can send in an SMS message to this number which goes into the system.
It would
And-
be an international SMS message
Yes, no,
For them.
it's only a local number
for them.
from the it's a local Philippine number.
Yeah.
Because the problem with having they initially were looking at short code
Okay.
like 404 205, but there's no such thing as an international short code thing. If ever there was one, it would have been difficult to get one
Yeah.
because there's so many telecom companies involved
Okay.
to be able to have one. So we just simply decided to use a local
Philippine number.
Philippine number, because most, if not all, of overseas Filipino workers anyway, when
Yeah.
they leave the country, brought their own SIM with them.
Okay.
And then when they get to their country of work, they buy another SIM.
Okay.
Because in that way, it's cheaper for relatives in the Philippines to get in touch with them
Yeah.
by using their local SIM.
I see.
Anyway, so what happens is they send an SMS message to this number,
Yeah.
an SOS message, and what happens is it is rebroadcasted to different organizations, support organizations
Within the Philippines.
within the Philippines and also in the vicinity
Yeah.
of where the OFW is currently working.
Which is in
So, for
Manila.
For example, the overseas Filipino worker scenario would be an overseas Filipino worker, probably a domestic helper in threat of her life, suddenly decided to send an SMS message.
Yeah.
And then that SMS message reaches the system in the Philippines and it's rebroadcasted.
I see.
So it's rebroadcasted to domestic of foreign affairs,
Yeah.
Department of Foreign Affairs, and consular agencies within the vicinity and other volunteer organizations.
Okay.
And then when you send an SMS message, there is a reply back,
Yeah.
and then the overseas Filipino worker gets a message simply indicating that please wait,
Yeah.
you will be receiving a call within the next few minutes.
I see.
And then the call is and then a volunteer organization would call it domestic worker
Internationally.
internationally or even locally. If it's
Okay.
in Saudi and there's a volunteer group in Saudi Arabia, they call him, and then from there on the support mechanism kicks in.
I see.
Yes.
And Bobby, what was your role in the tech side of this?
Originally the program was developed in Saudi, in the Gulf region, through Filipino workers who were working with Saudi Telecom.
I see.
They used this initially to just simply track down Filipinos who were working in the area.
I see.
And then they decided to come home to the Philippines, and then they said that you may have some use
Yeah.
for this particular code that we developed. And then we said yes, we can use it.
Okay.
And then so it was installed in one computer. And currently, I'm maintaining the system right now as a
I see.
volunteer.
I see.
Yeah.
So this could be reused for some other purpose, you think?
Yes, it could be used from some other purpose. We were able to use it also in the Philippines during the height of when there were random arrests of
Yeah.
activists.
Yeah.
During the time that there was rumors of coup d'etat in the Philippines, and of
Okay.
course the activists were also sort of getting involved into that scenario.
Yeah.
So we set up some sort of a SMS facility,
Yeah.
but the target is if you're an activist and you're being arrested or being caught, or you're a colleague of yours, activist being caught, you send an SMS number.
Yeah.
You send the message to the SMS number, but instead of going to support group, it goes to a lawyers group,
I see.
and then the lawyers will respond because you're being arrested already. So you give in the name of the person who's being arrested, where he was arrested and where he was taken to, and then that automatically goes to a lawyer's group, and then based
see.
on proximity, for example, it's in one city,
Yeah.
and then the lawyer's group is in that city, that lawyer will respond to that specific incident.
One last question. If
Yes.
you had to name about 3 of the most useful
Yeah.
free software products for the NGO world, what would they be?
I think this one is one,
Yeah.
but this one is, we developed this one, but one program which is similar is called Frontline SMS,
I see.
and we're moving to this program eventually.
I see. And which others would be on your list? Martus,
Yes.
Sahana?
Sahana, I guess, because I met with people from Sahana. It's a very good program. It's still there. It's being developed.
Basically disaster management.
Yeah, it's disaster management. And what else is there? And I guess because from my rights background, I would
Yeah.
say Martus is another good software out there. Although Martus, I guess, is not open source. Is it open source?
It is.
Okay. So those three.
No? Ah.
So
Thanks.
those three applications.
Thanks a lot
Okay.
for all your inputs and insights into
Okay.
how it works.